Good day, folks. Welcome to 406 Regen. Just out here kind of setting up our bale grazing system here again for the sheep so we can go down to the Billings Soil Health Symposium on Monday. Today's Friday. So we're going to go ahead and get these girls situated. As you can see, there don't have any bales out there, so we were able to get some more reels and some more poly wire from the sheep money, so we're able to speed up the process a little bit here for us and make it handier. So we're going to go ahead and set up a fence right here so the sheep can't get to these bales, cut all the net wrap and twine off of these bales, and they'll have these until Monday morning, Sunday night, and then we'll let them have these. But we'll take the fence from here and flip it over here, so that way that's set up for when we get back, we can just let them in to these bales. There's 5 rows here. There's 5 rows of 5. And then we'll be done here with this end. And we're going to go ahead and get in the middle out in the field. We kind of came from the center this direction. So then we'll get set up, and probably tomorrow's chore for me because we're going to have the tractor running. I'm going to go ahead and put up another fence over there where the sheep haven't been yet. I'm going to put up that fence, and then I'm going to go ahead and stack a whole bunch of bales that direction, and then they'll be fed, and then we'll just keep them off of that. So when they get done here on this end, we'll just trail them that direction. So, but yeah, it's gonna be pretty nice being able to speed up the move process and make it easier for the relatives, since my brother and I aren't going to be here for a few days, to just come through, open up a post, let the sheep run through, and take the fence down, and they'll be good to go. But I'm going to go ahead and get these net wrap and twine off these bales, and we'll get going. Alrighty, folks, so I went ahead, got all the twine off, all the net wrap. So this is bale grazing. This is what this system's called. So what we try to do is try to space them out 20-30 feet that direction, any direct. I mean, you know, we make a grid with the tractor, best guess. I mean, we don't get out with a tape measure, and we set them up. So then once the sheep get in and they eat it down and knock it all over, we can kind of go through here, and you'll look. So this is where the bales didn't reach. Here, I'll show you. So there's this alley here, fence line bale. I don't want them throwing hay onto the fence, so we hold them off, hold the bales off. And this is what you end up with. The sheep get it all spread down. They spread it all out. You know, they blow it up, spread it all out. So then when you're out here, it's even coverage. Well, not even. The ground is fully covered. Some places obviously are heavier than others. Not as heavy as some. But it's all covered up. And no matter what you do, you always find twine. I honestly don't understand why they still make twine for grazing. It's just, quite frankly, it's a mess. I have been reading that there is some natural composting net wrap that's been developed up in Canada that I'll probably be looking at too at some point. Just keep the land clean. And this is all plastic. This won't ever freaking rot. But I'll go over here where it's not quite as fresh. This is where we started bale grazing here in the fall. And you can tell basically where there's the least amount of snow is where it's all got armor on it out here. So anyway, that's the practice of the bale grazing, and the technique is to try to get the animals to spread out the hay for you, get that coverage down, get their manure evenly spread, and get it all nice and down for a person. Because that's the goal, right? We want to put armor on the ground and build up the soil. So this is a good experiment, and something we'll definitely be watching for the springtime and summer, is to see how well the grass comes up through this, or how well it don't. Might get weedy on us, I don't know. I'm not too worried about that, but it's for sure going to help out a lot on the armor. Now, whether it sets the grass growth back a year or two, that's yet to be determined. But we're going to go ahead and open this up and let these sheep in here. Hey, Ike. Thank you. Come on, girls. Come on. And he wants to keep that wire kind of tight right there so they respect it and don't run over it. Now we are going to take it down. Obviously, because this is too much animal impact for this little bit of distance. So this one's coming down. But you want to move them through a gateway, sort of, so they don't run through the fence. So I'm going to help him get this ripped down so before the sheep decide to get tangled up in it. Alright, just like that, we have this fence line ran up. The sheep are blocked off from these bales. And then Monday morning we'll come out and we'll pull this fence down, flip it over that fence, be good to go. So it looks like it's about time to start getting the water tanks this way. I don't want them trailing too much, which they're going to do more because they're able to go all the way to the other end there. So they are able to walk. I just don't necessarily want them going that far. And you can mitigate that by where you put the water. If you bring the water along with them, they're not walking back to the water all the time. So, but we haul all our water, and they've still got plenty, so they're going to come down this way for a while. As you can see, it's not too far a walk, but animals do make trails very quickly, and something we want to mitigate. So we'll get out here, and I'll show you. I'll be able to tell you here and show you, in this area, we haven't got the shed moved over to this side of the fence yet. It hasn't been that cold to where they needed it. But you'll be able to see where we've started the bale grazing process and where we haven't. Like I said, we kind of started here in the middle. And this is the animal impact you get without any of the bale grazing on. You can see it's just, they've quickly turned it to dirt right here. This is where the water was at. So we're gonna have to bring some bales out here and get some spread across it. But you can see the line where the bales, where we started bale grazing, that direction, and that's about the middle of this field. So now we're gonna, once those 5 rows are eaten up and spread out, we're gonna come back here, go that direction. Now that I actually have, I was able to buy some more poly and some more posts, I'm probably gonna come in here, put up another fence, just so they can't keep going out here without the bales there. Because they have, I mean, they've been over it and they've grazed it and they've definitely spread their manure across out here really good. For some reason, they completely kicked up this anthill. We're going to bring a bale and set right on top of that so it gets spread out. But this is kind of what people's feeding yards look like if they're not bale grazing. It just turns to dirt very quickly because the animal impact, I mean, the hooves, and they'll just tear it up very quickly. And you can tell there's real good manure spread out across here. Now that's only gonna get better when we start the bale grazing process and get it across. But got a semi out there on the highway. They've done a very good job out spreading their manure across here. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this ground responds to having all this, well, one, the animal impact, the bale grazing, and this is also the field where we've came out and we spread out hay with the bale processor first. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it responds to everything in the animal impact. This field's always been hayed. I'm pretty good about knowing how the grass responds out here to haying and how tall it gets. Just from living here and, like I said, haying it. So it's gonna be very fun. Like this corner over here hardly ever produced nothing because it's on a hilltop and it's mainly clay. So we'll see. As you can kind of tell towards this end, we got a little far on our spacing, and you can tell there's no hay here. I mean, there's hay there and there, and there's no hay right here. Got a little far on it. That happens, you know, we'll catch it the next time. But we shall see how it all responds. That post looks too tall. I wonder if it got pulled up out of the ground a little bit. It's hard with the wire to keep things in the ground exactly where you want them, because we're coming down this hillside and making this nice little pole, which is why we went ahead and we put a metal T-post. You know, that's a full-length metal T-post, 5.5 footer or 6, driven in the ground. This one just kind of looked like it was a little tall to me, but must not be. It's where it's supposed to be. This fence is, yeah, it's nice. I love these timeless fence posts. I really do. It really makes just a really nice perimeter fence. And been talking it over. My brother and I were always trying to plan on figuring out how on the next steps. We can't afford to fence the whole place, so the next steps. And I'm gonna get this opened up here, this fence line here, up that hill, and then around this trailer house on this side, and then we'll put up across the flat. That'll open this pasture for us. And you know, because then we just got to put the fence this direction. Only got to do 2 sides of the fence, or well, 3, because I got to do across the top along the south side. But that's what we try and do, build boxes, and then you can expand off of the boxes. So that's a springtime thing. Or honestly, if I had not so much going on right now, it'd be a right now thing. But we'll get across here. And Ikey, you're on the wrong side. Come on, Ike. That fence might be on now, though. Ooh. He'll learn. So, anyway, well, that's it for today. Wind's picking up. We fed the ewes, explained the Bale grazing process. That's what we'll do. So, y'all have a good one.